How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a fantastic Dragonheir Silent Gods video, and a huge welcome to my friend HWZ. How are you doing, H-Dubs?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thanks for having me again. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Definitely a pleasure having you. For anyone that did not see my first collaboration with you, H-Dubs, definitely go check it out, especially if you're a new player. It was basically a beginner guide to Grave of Venom. I was struggling, thanks to you. I'm no longer struggling. I'm actually almost beating 7, so nearly getting to that legendary gear now.
Oh, nice, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, baby steps. So,
yeah.
You are here today for something way more accessible, I think, to a lot of people that don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of like a gear dungeon or a gear raid. We are talking about legendary heroes arriving in Dragonheir Silent Gods through Starlight Summons. So maybe you can zoom out for a second and tell people how big this is as someone that's been playing for months, because this is a huge change in the game, right?
Yeah, man, this is absolutely game-changing, right? You don't get a whole lot of Heliolite dice. The rates aren't the best. They aren't exactly terrible, but they aren't the best, right? For getting a Lego, and we can't get them from Starlight Summons, but with the addition of this, coming on the 30th, I think it's going to be amazing, man. A lot of people are going to get an opportunity to get champions that they probably wouldn't have without this, and I don't see this as being a bad thing, like, at all.
I think some people might complain because the chance is very low. However, as I've said in previous videos, guys, the chance is infinitely larger than what it currently is at 0%. So from what I can tell, playing Dragonheir Silent Gods, it's really easy getting purple dye. It is really hard getting orange dye. For perspective, I think I've got these 116 in like a week. I think probably about exactly a week. And then I think I finished all my Heliolite dye about 4 or 5 days ago, and it's still a big fat goose egg. And the only way seeing that I can get it reliably is with my Virmaro, and this is pretty rare too, this premium resource, if you're free to play like me, or you're just, low spender, or just in general, I don't know. So I think this is kind of huge, right? So this is going to jump from a 0% chance to a 0.2% chance, and we are going to have the opportunity to get one of 6 legendary heroes, these guys over here, and some of these are really good, you were telling me, right?
Yeah, some of them are actually great, man. I would love to have a few of them, actually.
Well, hopefully we both get them. Guys, we're going to break down all 6 of these heroes, get the expert opinions from H-Dubs over here. If you want to play Dragonheir Silent Gods with me and HWZ, be sure to use the link in the description and the top pinned comment. The game is available on PC, on mobile, Epic Games, Steam, all that amazing stuff. Cross-platform. Get into it, guys. Join us. Let's get into the video.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So guys, as we said, legendary heroes are arriving in the game through the form of Starlight Dice. These are very easy to obtain, even as a dirty, filthy free-to-play like yours truly. You can summon a legendary hero through Starlight Dice. On April 30th, there will be a chance to get a legendary hero through Starlight Dice with a 0.2% chance. I know that sounds low. We're going to break it down very shortly, but because you get so many, you probably will get at least 1 legendary per season this way. For some lucky people, many more than 1. The range of legendary heroes that can be drawn is going to be consistent with the horn summoning. Those are the 6 we are seeing here. And then additionally, guys, this is the big one. On April 30th, all players, new, old, everywhere in between, will receive, and that's what you're seeing on your screen right now, 100 times Starlight Dice. 100 free summons. Have you ever played a gacha game with 100 free summons, H-Tubs?
No, but I see ads for them all the time, and like, I'm pretty sure our viewers have seen those same ads.
Morgan taking her clothes off, and for every button you get 12,000 free summons, right?
Exactly. But no, I think it's great, man. I think it's awesome that they're doing this, and it's definitely going to be a game changer. I think it, gives some people hope a bit, because, only getting it from Heliolite, people pretty much rid it off completely. Like, I'm never going to get a Lego. I played a whole season, didn't get a Lego from the horn, didn't get a Lego from dice. What am I doing wrong? So this is going to be great.
What am I doing wrong? But I think what I've been doing, and maybe this will change it, I just assume I'm never getting a legendary hero. Like, I have viewers that post pictures on my Discord and stuff, or DM me, and they're like, look, I got this and this and this. And I'm like, that's cool. I didn't even know those existed in the game, so congratulations. This seems like an avenue for many players. And yeah, it's a lump sum, all-at-once delivery, 100 Starlight Dice. That's pretty good. So on April 30th, no question, I'll be pulling at least 216 because I'm at 116 already. We're getting another 100. I'm sure you're pulling a bunch. And you even told me of this group of 6, there are some you really want. I know you have one of these, so we'll get into it.
Yes, I do.
No spoilers, but let's go through it. Let's go through the gallery and break down every single one. That's interesting, I think, and it's worth mentioning that these are the 6 legendaries also attainable through the horn. Should I just pull one of them really quickly just to help with the video maybe? Should I just pull one of these guys?
Yeah, why not, man? Go ahead.
If anyone doesn't know, the horn is a guaranteed legendary twice a day. I've never rolled a 15 or higher, ever. Not once. And I don't think it's ever going to happen.
It might come when you least expect it.
When you least expect it, which is probably how your legendary came. So maybe that's the perfect transition. There's my common. I was joking if that was unclear, guys. The horn is the thing that I think will make people quit the game if they think something good will happen. And you should only be very pleasantly surprised and very, very surprised if something good comes from it. That's my opinion. Let's head into the gallery and let us begin with number 1 in that image, Talwar. Am I saying that right? Talwar? I'm going to do, I was telling you this off camera, all pronunciations of all characters in this name will be from you. From watching your videos, I'm going to have you on the channel. So is it Talwar? Is that right?
Let's go with Talwar, man. I like it.
Okay. So what affinity is he?
So he's a poison affinity.
Nice. My favorite.
Tank champ, right? And he's not the best, right? But I think, like, someone in the comments could probably correct me if I'm wrong. There was something at one point that he was like OP for. I don't know what it was because I don't have him. I wasn't going to look into it because it's like I don't have the champ, but
he's cracked for something.
He was cracked for something that like the in-game people were going crazy about at one point. But other than that, whatever that was, this guy, like, yeah, he has an okay kit. He's usable. If he's your only Lego, you can find somewhere for this guy to be used. He does have accuracy penalty. He has attack penalty.
Yeah, this seems really strong. Like the big version of 2 pretty important debuffs. I'm noticing he's got a cool aura. Also, I just want a quick aside. I think to veteran players like you, experienced players, this might seem so obvious. This is something I only realized like 5 days ago. Auras in this game are kind of like leader skills or lord skills from other games. They stack. Yep. That blew my mind. Like that it wasn't like a pick and choose or a random thing. You can just stack up auras. So this is kind of crazy. Anytime he's there in any arena fight, it's 65 accuracy. Seems really good.
Yeah. It's a solid, aura to have for sure. And he does bring some, he brings a little bit with his kit.
Yeah.
Right? Not as good as some of the other, tanks. You might pair him with another tank. A lot of people do run 2 tanks in arena. So, you could potentially run him with someone else and it'd be a killer combo. But alone on him, by himself, probably not the best. A lot of the better tanks in the game provide healing for the team or some sort of shield, some sort of sustain.
Would you kind of describe him as like a good debuffer, a nice tank, and then like also he's got a little DPS, but not like he's a DPS hero? It's more of like a second thing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So he's more like a CC tank, right? Which we have. And then we have, the ones that are like actual support tanks that are going to heal you, shield, ally protection.
Yeah. So I got a question. So like he seems to me like a lot like Horus, who's like my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Same affinity pairing for season 1. He's got taunt. He's got an attack penalty. Is he... Mm-hmm. Horus is... I love Horus. I use him in every single piece of content, I think. Would he swap in for Horus? Would I run him alongside Horus? Or is Horus just going to still be better because Horus is so good?
Oh, well, I think it depends on the content. But like when we talk about Horus, right? Horus has attack penalty on his battle skill, but he does have some self-sustain that is really, really strong. So he self-shields him, he has a self-shield. He also provides a little bit of heal for himself, damage reduction, hit recovery with the taunt. So
Horus is
that's
better,
why
I feel like.
that's why he's so like crazy.
Sweet. I want to say one more thing we were chatting about yesterday, just pinging each other back and forth on DM. Because when I have a question, I'm like, hey, would it bother you if I ask you a question? And you're like, no, go for it. Enlightenment is a weird thing in this game. I don't want to, maybe that's a video for another day. But he has damage based off of Enlightenment. So this makes him pretty unique. You're probably not going to build him with very much crit, I'm guessing, and you're going to build him with a lot of Enlightenment. Is that correct?
Definitely. So you're gonna focus more on the Enlightenment and whatever else. So it's poison derivative damage.
Yeah.
Right on the passive, and what is it on the skills? It's also Enlightenment. It deals derivative damage on every skill. So yeah, you're gonna want to focus on just Enlightenment, accuracy, maybe some attack.
So maybe for some people, especially earlier on, if you do get him on April 30th or sometime soon after. I know for me, I don't have any DPS that I need derivative damage on, that have derivative damage, so I need Enlightenment on them is what I'm trying to say. So maybe he's the kind of hero that, like, if you have some DPS gear that you're not using because it's Enlightenment-driven gear, maybe it slides in it, I feel like, for example, like in Watcher of Realms, we find that you're getting another HP-based damage dealer. So I'm like, I've had all this gear that I can't use, now you can use it. Maybe for some people, it will feel like that with Tower. Trying to look for some positives here, because honestly, reading through it, he seems cool, but I think I'll stick with Horus if it's one or the other. Maybe it's both. Speaking of that, let me show you my squad. We'll be really quick, but I also haven't made a video in about 4 days, so I want people to see exactly where we're at. I've improved a lot. I'm not going into specifics, but I finally have 3 5-star heroes, one of whom obviously is Horus. And basically all I run, just so you'll know where I'm coming from, I have a very myopic view of the game. I am Fire Poison Boy, I know, very innovative, and I have Nathaniel, who we've decided is my best hero. I love Nathaniel so much. Now that my build doesn't suck, and now that you told me I need to put HP and Enlightenment on him, he's so much better. So that's just, I just wanted you to know this is my lens through the game. I'm pretty happy. I definitely need a more broad roster, but it feels pretty good to have all these spots filled and have, I'm blocking it, to finally have my runes done. That's good. They're not good, but at least they're there.
That's solid, man. It's solid progression. You love to see it. You get a little progress. You complete some things. You have to really get a feel for the game.
Let's talk about the next hero. That is going to be Sagir. Is that saying that one right? Sagir?
Yeah, man. Sagir, however you want to call it.
We'll call him Saggy. All right, we got Saggy. Yeah. What affinity is Saggy?
Saggy is Radiance.
Radiance is this one? Yes.
Yeah, and this guy is absolutely amazing, man. I would love to have him. I would love to have. This is probably number 1 out of the champs for me.
Really? Okay.
Just because I've been focusing a bit more on Arena lately. Try to get the extra rewards from there, take advantage of that. But this guy is a sweet kit, bro.
Another arena aura. Is this game pretty consistent? Like, if they say arena aura, they're like letting you know, hey, this is an arena hero?
For the most part, yes.
So he's a reverse centaur.
Yeah, exactly. But this dude has a crazy kit, man. Just like perfect for arena, because it's so hard to like debuff him. He has debuff immunity that he places on his battle skill. It's up 5 seconds in. There's very few champs coming with the initial recharge time fast enough so that you can debuff him. And then he's, placing a ton of debuffs on you with his ultimate. It's very annoying.
He seems better than Palwer for sure, right?
Oh, he's a thousand times better. I think some people use him in Vortex as well.
Oh, he's got the same debuffs too.
Yeah. Especially in season 2, he's like very effective because you have Ice and Radiance together. The Ice Blast champs, and you got him. You bring in someone like a Garius, excuse me, and a Rose, and then 2 Ice Blast champs. You can pretty much blast through the entire game.
Wow, he's the goofiest looking guy I ever saw, but is giving D&D energy, which I know the game is really trying to give. And this kit reads, I was skimming it and listening to you while you talk. He's got that self-sustain that you wanted, right? Because I'm assuming if he's the low ally, he can give it to himself, or he can help the other guys on your team get that ult going. The ult looks crazy. That's a cool range with double penalties. He also has some, is it also some derivative damage? No, but there's some max HP based damage. That's what it is. That's really cool. So it encourages you to build him just tank to the moon. This seems like a really, really great skill, having the defense. Defense, from everything I can tell, is quite good in this game, unlike some other games we play.
Yeah, he's great. The kid doesn't read like a lot, but when you see him in action, you're like, all right, I know why people are using this guy.
Let me ask you a quick question, because I don't know anything. And the only 2 legendaries, I'm not joking, the only 2 legendaries in the game I can name are now Talwar and Sagir. I don't know any legendaries. I don't bother looking because I don't have any, right? I haven't reached that point. Is it like other games where there's a huge difference in base stats between legendaries and epics and then rares? Like, I'm just looking here, we're at 43-2. Is that going to be very different than my Horus?
Slightly.
Okay, so not as extreme, but there's a difference.
Yeah, it's not super extreme. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I just want to check Talwar again really fast. Okay, so Talwar is actually not as high. I'm just looking at HP now. He's falling in between Saggy and Horus. Sweet. Any final thoughts on him? He looks really, really good.
Final thoughts? Please, RNG gods, let me pull a Saggy. So I can stop getting trolled in arena.
Come on, silent gods. Give it to him. All right. Now to basically just a child with a bunch of candles from the picture I saw. We got Felicity. Is she fire, I'm guessing? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, she is.
I remember
fire.
The reason I know that is because she had a red background in her picture in the 6. She's a child. All right, tell me about her.
She's pretty strong, man. She's definitely one of the stronger wild champions, but a lot of the wild champions are strong. Even the rares. They're
okay.
Pretty good. And she, I would say, she's not the strongest, right? Because I want to say, like, as far as like season 1, season 2 goes, like Flora, I want to say is the strongest, possibly the strongest wild DPS champion. But Felicity is still solid. And what I really like about her is her battle skill. The fact that she has that extra 50% chance to proc wild. And, upon a successful wild check, she's going to cast the skill again up to 3 times. So you pretty much get like the damage of what an ultimate skill would be from her battle skill.
Can I ask, so I don't have any wild heroes that I've ever used. I just got Erish, but I have not built him because I don't have other wild heroes that I'm using. So it's saying you perform a check with a success rate of 30% upon casting any skill. If it's a successful check, basically it's a damage boost. That's what makes someone a wild hero?
Exactly.
What is it about wild heroes, though, that makes you want to pair them together? Because it seems like you can benefit from this just from yourself. Is it they usually tend to have other things in their kit that point towards other wild heroes, or? So
basically, you pair them with other wild heroes because they can, like, they bounce off of one another's wild checks. So if another one performs a wild check, that counts for the other wild hero as well.
So this is one. If she performs a successful check on that 30% and then it's increased to 50, it will benefit everybody, not just her.
That's correct. The check will. But it won't increase. It won't increase everyone else's wild check. But if you look at like Erish's kit, right? They all have. Well, for the most part, they mostly have something that procs based on a wild check. Like his passive, he does get an increased success rate of wild checks, right?
Got it. Okay, so they all have some kind of mechanic that when a successful wild check happens, ooh, this guy will do this, or this guy will do this. So it's not now they all get the boosted damage.
Yep, exactly.
Sweet.
Actually, I was going to make a similar comparison, especially with Felicity, right? Because how this works is similar to how, like, Ice Blast would work, right? So in season 2, Ice Blast, you pretty much are banking on their battle skill to do the bulk of the damage. That is why they're so strong, and we know that battle skill is coming around fast, and so that's why Ice Blast champs can do so much damage, right? And they're pretty much self-buffing through the roof. That's another reason why they do so much damage. But her battle skill just reminds me so much of like Ice Blast champs and repeating their battle skills. Yeah, because that's what makes them so strong, is the fact that a lot of them repeat their battle skill. Yeah.
Just because I did cover season 2 for a minute, and for a lot of people that are just starting now, Ice Blast hasn't arrived yet. That will come season 2. Basically, these guys will put out like ice crystals, and those will lead to when those things with those happen, and as those stack, that's all you need to know. They'll all have things in their kit that start proccing. So it does feel like a similar season 1 version here, So what? She's mostly going to be a DPS. Is that?
Oh
her?
Yeah. Through and through DPS, single
this
target
seems
DPS.
crazy high, right? If we do some math, so 370, but it's a triple hitter with the shield ignore. That seems very, very good, especially in arena as well, right? With ignoring the shields.
Yeah.
Maybe
single
I want
target, not the greatest for arena, but still very strong though.
I was thinking she
have
could
the right team.
Just delete the tank and move on, you know?
Exactly.
Amazing. Okay, she seems like a really good one. The Candle Lamp, cool name. Okay, Hokadir. We'll call him Hokie. Where is he?
Yeah, Hokie, the ice boy. He's a frost champ, actually.
All right, so we've reached someone you know very well.
My friend. This was actually the first Lego I ever pulled from anywhere, and I got him from the Horde.
This is the guy.
And this is the guy. And I thought, wow, this guy has to have a amazing kit. When I saw him pop out, I was like, this guy looks amazing.
He looks like a White Walker general or something.
Yeah, this dude looks sweet, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have books for him or anything like that. Lego scrolls, hard to come by in the game. So I didn't scroll him up. I scrolled up Erich first. You know, we get the free Erich. But this guy's not terrible, right? If you need a Frost enabler for someone like a Yusha, which I used as my primary team in Season 1 for Vortex, I did a Frost team, and I used this guy to enable Yusha, who was my main DPS. So he's not terrible, right? He can go and place Frost on his battle skill. He can also place it for you with his ultimate skill and grants 30% attack up to all Frost allies. So he's going to enable some solid damage for a Frost team.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be a primary DPS.
So the short of it, DPS isn't that special, but it does look like if you get skill ups into him, which as you're describing is going to be super duper hard, amazing source of Frost. Because if you can get the skill ups, which is a big if, this is 100% and this is 100% with two pretty good attack ranges. This one's kind of weird. He's got a little Dolores range for any Watcher of Realms players. But I guess is he like a frontline guy? Like he'll run into there.
Yep, he's a melee, so he's gonna dance around. He's gonna dance around the map, man.
Look, I was expecting him to be worse, but I see why you were disappointed, because he looks like he should be a world wrecker. But if we look at this damage, it's like less than Sigrid, and you're not getting skill ups, right?
Exactly.
So I see it.
Yeah.
And I feel like this guy's kit is actually insane. By far the most straightforward one we've seen. Anything else we got to say here?
No, it's very straightforward, man. Frost champ, a little bit of damage, increase attack, and that is it.
All right. Sutha. Did I say that one right? Sutha?
Yes, Sutha.
Yeah. Where is she?
Another champ I don't have. It's Dauntless, Lightning.
Got it.
Sutha's not bad, man. Sutha's actually pretty good. I think they did a pretty good job of providing some solid champions.
Sweet. He looks sweet. Tell me about him. You're excited about him?
Sutha's pretty good, man. He's a Dauntless melee champ. You know, I would prefer the range Dauntless champs, but this guy's not bad, right? He's, single target DPS, solid for arena, just because he has a block revive with some solid damage, right? It's a 180% attack multiplier that hits 5 times.
Wow.
I would say he could be good. I haven't personally seen him in action, but I have glossed over tier list C where he kind of stacks up. He's not somebody like the guys that are running Dauntless in arena. For the most part, I don't think are using him as far as I know. Or maybe I just killed him so fast it didn't matter. Because if people are running Dauntless, they're gonna be running Jinka if they have her. They're not gonna be running this guy.
Do I even want to know who that is? Is she so far beyond me? I shouldn't even worry about it.
I mean, if you pull her, she won't be far behind.
That's true.
Beyond you at all.
Really quick. So Dauntless, so we've learned about Wild. So now Dauntless, I know these guys are all about basic attacks. You want high attack speed. What is the thing with Dauntless? Why you would want a bunch of them? They're having a similar thing where they all synergize.
So boosting attack speed primarily, right? He has this, attack speed aura. There's a few others like that. But you have some of these champs that do increased damage based on the amount of extra attack speed they have.
Got it.
So in his kit, you don't really see that, right?
No.
But in someone like, if we go to the epics, right?
Sure.
Someone like Nimbus, right? If you scroll down, Lightning Nimbus, right?
Cool.
You look at this guy's kit, right? Boom, battle skill, every 1% extra attack speed gain, extra 1% damage
Got
bonus
it.
to the skill, right? So you have champs like this that benefit from the attack speed that, they bring.
Gotcha.
But,
yeah, so he would be really extra benefiting from the aura of
exactly.
Sutha.
Exactly. Yep.
Gotcha. Interesting. So finally, we have Ripc, who, if I remember correctly, must be necrosis, right?
Yes.
Because we have not done that yet. So let me find him. Is this not? There we go. Ripc. Looks very cool.
Yeah.
Tell me about him.
Dude, I pulled for this guy in season 1.
Really? Like you made him your selector?
Get him, man. Yeah, like one of those ones you can select the legendary that favorite. I tried to get him because I thought this guy was sick. But he's a great arena champ, man. He's a solid tank for you. Got some self-sustain. He's gonna heal every time the enemy heals. Yeah.
Wow.
And so it's like perfect for arena, man. Especially like in season 2 and season 3, necrosis is pretty strong. And this guy just has a great kit, man. Especially dropping ultimate energy by 20% on the ult, and then he's putting these debuffs on you. He's annoying. He's very annoying.
This seems this does read very arena because it's an RNG chance, buff from one of the following, debuff from one of the following. So you don't know what's gonna happen. So if you're going up against him, sometimes it's something you don't care about. Maybe you don't mind taking an accuracy penalty. But if it's a recharge speed penalty, then yikes, right?
And healing prohibition.
Prohibition, yeah. Jeez. Okay, so really spooky little fella here. He's also a tank, it looks like.
Yeah, he's a tank. He's got a stun on the battle skill too, man. Like this dude just.
What is so knock up is kind of just a stun, right? If they're saying you're unable to launch basic attacks or cast skills, is it just the animation knocks you up?
But it's brief, so stun. Oh. Yeah, exactly. You get knocked up, whereas like stunned actually stops your ultimate energy charge from moving as well.
Oh wow, okay.
So you can't like accrue any ultimate energy or anything.
So stun is like a full lockout and like your charge bar is stuck. Whereas this is just like you can't do anything, but you're still charging up and you'll be ready to go pretty soon.
Exactly. Like knocked up lasts for like a fraction of a second. Like you're gonna get knocked up and come right back down. Whereas like stunned is
interesting word choice, huh?
Yeah. They've got a lot of the control skill. I really like the control skills in this game, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on this guy or in general? I think he might be the coolest looking one of the bunch. I like his little spectral.
That was the main reason why I wanted to pull for him, because I was like, there's no way this guy isn't good. Same with Hoker I pulled. I was like, no way this guy isn't good. These guys look awesome. Maybe
that's how we should end, on your favorite hero in the whole game.
My favorite hero in the whole game.
So how many legendaries do you have? I'm assuming not that many.
Okay. So currently, actually, no. So when you hit the season reset, man, you get an opportunity to get Legos.
Really? Wow, okay.
Play it right. So yeah, start of season 2, I want to say I picked up 5 or 6 Legos maybe.
And before that, you had like 2 or 3?
I only had 2.
Just Erich, who you got for free, and Hoker, who you're...
And Hoker.
That's crazy. Because you're not a big spender or anything, right?
I'm not, man. So my only goal for season 1 was to place in top 100. I was like, dude, if I can place in top 100 for Clip Sigil Trial, I know I'm going to get some decent rewards for it. I'm going to get the mount that I want, and we get some dice, and more importantly, we get these premium season summon tickets, right? And when you go to summon on the first day of the new season, you pretty much get a guaranteed Lego in every 10 summons, I want to say it is.
Wow, okay.
For that banner.
I'm assuming Heliolite summons.
Yes.
So we should
But
be
you're
should
gonna-
we be like saving everything already for season 2 if that's our plan?
Dude, I saved everything in preparation. Like after completing the event, so even before the event for Elminster, right? Elminster is one of the Legos I have.
Yeah.
I saved everything for Elminster, and I saved everything for the new season summons. I was like, there's no point in me even trying to get Legos now. It doesn't matter. The entire game can be beaten with epics and rares. There's no reason for me to waste these dice.
Yeah.
And so I
you
did
mean
it.
waste like this?
Yeah. Even if you get the Lego, right? It's very difficult to have a Lego be effective for you without scrolls, right?
Yeah.
So that was one of the things I did was I did buy Lego scrolls, and I did buy the Heliolite with the worm marrow that we get every day, right? You get enough to like get a good amount of dice, and over the course before like the supply store resets, you should be able to get at least 5 to 10 master scrolls.
Okay,
So
that's
you can
a huge
like
shit.
scroll up a Lego.
Okay,
right?
crazy. So I got to start doing that. Okay, this should, I think, scratch the itch for some people. We will get 100 free Starlight Dice on April 30th, and from that day, not just on that day, but from that day and then onward, we'll have a 0.2% chance to get Legendaries from Starlight Die. It'll be one of those 6: Talwar, Sagamir, Saggy, Felicity, Hoker, your favorite, Sutha, and Ripc. That's pretty nice. This is how we're going to say goodbye. You have 16. There must be one that is your Duchess or your Praetus. Who is the one hero that you want more than anything so we can all dream when it comes for our new season reset or if we get a lucky Heliolite die? Who is your absolute most wanted?
Probably Beldell, man.
Beldell. Where's she?
I need a Beldell. She's not gonna be on there unless
my.
Yeah, she's a season 2 Ice Blast legendary champion.
Maybe send me a
Completely
picture of her and then
crazy.
I'll put it up on the screen now.
And yeah, I'll send you a picture of her. I would love to have her. Like my Ice Blast team is doing great. Don't get me wrong. I could do I'm doing like 55 mil in Vortex right now, and I'm using an epic DPS.
Wow. Amazing.
So I would love to have her.
Well, I hope you get her, man. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. Those are going to be the 6 new Legendaries, guys. Again, you can download Dragonheir at Silent Gods and play right alongside HWZ and myself, using the link in my description and the top pinned comment. PC, mobile, Steam, Epic Games, anywhere you need it, you can get it. Cross-platform. Hope you guys play with us. I've been Fastidious. This has been H-Dubs. We will see you real soon. Share with your mother.
Fastidious.